Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org, communitypolicingcaps24.org. We urge you to attend your local community policing meetings. As a matter of fact, my next guest, I believe, was a former police officer, so he could tell you something about that. But more importantly, right now, he is a judicial candidate. He's somebody we've had on the show a few years ago. I want to thank Jeff Stein for bringing him to my attention and for meeting him initially. I'd like to introduce you to a candidate for the Circuit Court of Cook County, William Bill Raines. How you doing?
Good. It's good to see you again. It's been a few years, but I'm glad to be back.
First of all, my pleasure, and I'm glad to see that you're running and you've got some support from people, which is very nice.
I got slated by the Democratic Party, so I'm part of a pretty diverse, wonderful ticket, and I am hoping that I don't have to do this again. So,
yeah, that would be nice. You want to tell us about your background?
Sure. I started out as a Cook County Sheriff back in 1979, so I'm actually older than I look, and was a deputy sheriff for about 3 years. And then from there I went to a police department in Oakland, California, where a friend of mine recruited me to that police department. And I was out there for 11 years. I got shot as a police officer, a disability retirement, so I took advantage of that and went to law school and got my master's degree, and then came back when I got hired by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, where I worked there for a couple of years in their narcotics department, or narcotics unit.
Very good. And you're in private practice right now? Or?
I'm a criminal defense attorney right now, yes.
So you've seen it from both sides of the...
I have worn, it seems like I've worn every hat in the legal system that you could wear, from a police officer to a prosecutor, now defense attorney, and hopefully soon a judge.
Yeah, so actually that sounds like very good training to be a judge.
I think it makes me balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, fair is another side of which I think I am anyway, but balanced, I think, is a good perspective to have.
Yeah, so how do you, okay, so you can't campaign quite the way other people campaign. How do you go about getting the word out about your candidacy?
I have some really good friends, and I have a really great family, and my two sisters are Cook County sheriffs in the Rolling Meadows Courthouse, and I have relatives that are Chicago police officer, my three nephews and a niece, and the whole family's in law enforcement. I guess what the Irish do, right? Policemen or firemen. So, so I followed in those footsteps. But I have a really good network of people that believe in me and support me, and I'm going to take advantage of that. They're spreading the word. I'm going to have a fundraiser probably early October, hopefully when this airs. And, it's just, I can't tell you, I'm so honored and blessed and privileged, and every other word I can think of that heads in that direction, to be able to sit here today as a candidate for judge and to be slated as a candidate for judge. I've been a candidate for judge before, and the results were not what I hoped for, but I honestly believe that it's going to work this time.
Yeah, I got to tell you that usually, there's a lot of good people I like, and I'm generally speaking, I'm very surprised when I was surprised you got slated. I just thought you were too good to be slated.
Well, thank you for that compliment, but I've worked probably a dozen years in order to make that happen, but I've built, I think, a really good reputation with the Democratic Party, and they know that if I run, I'm going to give it 110%. And I believe that that's one of the reasons why I received their support. Plus, I had good people. Lou Lang was my sponsor. Lou Lang is a good man. He took me under his wing, and he had seen how hard I had worked before and gave me the benefit of the doubt and threw his arm around me and brought me into the fold, and here I am. And honestly, if it wasn't for him and a few others, Tony Preckwinkle, Joe Barrios, and people that really have a say-so in how this is handled, gave me their support.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I happen to like both of them, by the way. Preckwinkle and Barrios.
I do too.
And it's interesting too, because Jeff Stein, who I really wish was alderman of the 50th Ward right now, who'd be a really good alderman. Yeah. Of all the people in the world that we're friendly, and he knows anybody he presents to me, I'm happy to put on the air. You're the only person, running for anything that he ever tells me, like, I got to get you on.
His mother and father are now passed away, but Jeff and I have been friends for years. And he supported me when I ran with the help of Bernie Stone, who, God bless that man, he's another one that, even though I wasn't slated at the time, he believed in me, and he stood up for me at slating and spoke on my behalf, and really, really helped push me in the right direction. And he's one of the few people that tell you like it is, too. And if he says he's going to do something, he does it. And Jeff Stein, and I know Jeff's going to watch this, so Jeff's been a good friend for a very, very long time, and he's a Bernie protege.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I got to tell you, I'm still in touch with Bertie. I put him on the show once in a while. And you know what? It's like if I did something he doesn't approve of or thinks is wrong, he'll give it to me like there's no tomorrow. I've actually never been yelled at louder and harder in front of more people than by Bertie Stone. And I still like him.
Yeah, and I do too. And I know he feels well and he's doing well and he's keeping busy, and God bless him. And I hope he's enjoying the city paycheck.
Yeah, he's also he's working on an autobiography right now, by the way.
Good. Well, you've been in his office. He's got pictures of presidents and vice presidents and congressmen and senators and everybody that you can think of that has been his friend over the years. And he deserves a good, long life.
No, I fully agree, and I wish him all the best. And I owe him a call. I'll talk to you soon. I'll probably talk to you before this airs. So you got a big county to cover. I mean, are you all over the place introducing yourself and meeting people, or?
I have a 2012 car with 45,000 miles on it. I bought it brand new. So yeah, I'm all over the place. But that's, if you look at it from this perspective, there's about 6 million people in Cook County. You really are running for office in a small country. And so when you go from Skokie to Rich Township and then out to wherever else you're going to go, it's kind of exhilarating because there's just such a diverse population that you have to cover, and you have to get your support from, that you really need to be the right person in order to reach out to those folks and have them trust you and believe you and eventually support you. So
yeah, no, there's a lot of people to meet and a lot of people to cover. And by the way, we urge everybody, I always like to say this, when you vote, which I guess is March 18th.
March 18th.
Or early voting prior, start from the bottom of the ballot.
I'm on the bottom of the ballot.
The judges are on the bottom of the ballot, and first of all, not enough of you vote in the first place, and then at least 20% of those of you who vote don't wind up voting for judge at all. And the fact is, a judge can affect your life a whole lot more than unimportant offices like president or governor or things like that. And I mean, think about it. I mean, your house, your freedom, your alimony, divorce, the whole shot. It's like unbelievable. You can wind up in jail. I mean, all sorts of things.
Well, the first contact you have with the judicial system is usually a traffic ticket, and people have to sit in a courtroom with a lot of people. And I think as a judge, you have to have the right temperament because these people have taken a day off work. Maybe they've even hired an attorney to represent them, and they sit there for 2 or 3 hours before their case gets called. And it's not an easy environment for anybody, even in the judge. But the judge has to have the right perspective, the right personality, and the right demeanor to give that person their day in court so they don't walk out of that courtroom feeling like, what a joke this is.
Yeah, no, it's important. I mean, that was my first experience was also traffic court. Actually, it was different in the old days. I mean, in the old days, if you showed up in court or had a lawyer, you were automatically let off, and there wasn't this $95 supervision thing, and they were trying to tag you.
I think it's more than that now.
Well, I haven't had a ticket in a long time.
Well, I thought maybe we were leading up to that part of the conversation.
No.
Some free service for your ticket.
I actually have had 19 tickets, and I've never been convicted. Good. So, but also,
is it kind of like a no-hitter?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You know what? Part of it is just having the right lawyer on the right day.
Well, I'll give you my business card before I leave.
I don't have a car now. It's going to be hard to get a ticket.
Yeah.
By the way, it's part of the reason I lost weight. So I walk everywhere.
I do. I live downtown in a condo and I walk everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, no, it really makes a difference. I mean, even if I just want to get vegetables, it's 4.5 blocks each way. And on a hot day, if I'm schlepping back a 10-pound sack of potatoes and other things, it's good exercise.
Yeah. You look good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So in any event, if people would like to contact your campaign?
Yeah, Bill Raines for Judge, spelled out BILLRAINESFORJUDGE.com.
BillRainesForJudge.com, and are you also on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook at Bill Raines, also at William Raines. I have 2 of them, one for the judge thing and one for personal. Either one you can get to me. And my email address is rainesforjudge@AOL.com, and it's the number 4 instead of spelled out, rainesforjudge@AOL.
Cool. I want to thank you very much, Bill Raines. Good luck in the election. I want to thank my entire technical crew, Sonny Hirsch. Thanks for joining us, everybody, today. Bye-bye.
Thank you.